Hi guys, it's Emily from Nobel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my July book haul and I think I've been pretty good. I have been daft in the fact that I've not actually counted up how many books I bought this month. I did have one gift, which was from Tandem. It's like an ad PR product, so not technically a gift. I got 3 full price books, no 3. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, let's see how many more, 23, 26, 28 books. So in total, I've still got less than 30 books this month. So I've got 26 books. Did I say 26? 28 books. So 29 with that. So still less than 30 books. That's pretty good considering I went to Windsor and Woking, which you guys would have seen on the vlog. I will link the vlog down below. And I have had one of those months. So I think 2 trips to that and still only 28 books bought. That's really good. Really positive. I bought 3 books from Waterstones because I did 1 with Waterstones in Windsor, 2 in Wokingham, buy one get one half price, pardon me. 1 supermarket buy, 4 from the works. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those 28 books were full price and 20 were sale. 20 were charity shops, and I think I pretty much got the prices of the charity shops. So let's just see. This is going to be a bit of an interesting comparison because I can't remember exactly, but I think I would have spent, and obviously as we go along I may add it up and I may make a note in the comments. Actually, that might be in the comments. I will try and work out roughly how much I spent full price and how much I spent charity shop, and obviously the comparisons of the numbers. That will be quite interesting. So I'll do that at the end. I think I might try and do that a bit more, is compare how much I spend full price and how much I do charity shops. Obviously you get a lot more for your money on charity shops. So that's enough of the bigger stats. 28 books I'm really happy with. So let's show you the full price books first and you'll understand why I spent the money on this. In obviously Waterstones in Windsor, I bought Gwen and Art Are Not in Love by Liz Croucher. I'm annoyed at myself because I didn't know that in the different branches of Waterstones have different buy one get one half price, and this wasn't in the buy one get one half price in Windsor, but it was had I waited when I went to Wokingham. That's annoyed me a little bit. So I did pay £8.99 on this, but it's a gorgeous sprayed edges historical fiction YA book. Gwen and Art Are Not in Love. I've spoken about this in quite a few of my, I think I did in my gratitude journal, which you would have seen as well. But this is about an LGBTQI twist on the like a romance set in the King Arthur's times. It is so obviously rather Gwen and Art are not in love. However, they are betrothed, but Art likes boys and Gwen likes girls. Gwen likes the only female knight, Bridget the Clare, and Art likes Gwen's brother Gabriel. So this is going to be quite an interesting one. This is one I'm really excited about. Katie from Books and Things has raved about this. My sister Charlie is desperate to read this. I can't see this being unread on my shelf for very long. Then I went to Waterstones in Woking, which is probably my favourite Waterstones that I've seen. I do like Waterstones Bracknell, they're really friendly as well. No, actually Waterstones Bracknell's my favourite, but I do love the Waterstones in Wokingham. And this is The City of Stolen Magic by Nazanin Ahmed Parta. And this is a historical fiction set in India, because I did read an Indian book. So, and this is, but again, it's got beautiful sprayed edges. It's got a matching bookmark. It's historical fiction with a bit of magic in it. The British rule and it's all across the land. Indian magic is being stamped out. More terrifying still, people born with magic are being snatched from their homes. Rumour has it they're being taken across the sea to England by the all-powerful and sinister company. When Chompa's home is attacked and her mother is kidnapped, Chompa, born with powerful and dangerous magic that she's always been forbidden from using, must travel to the smoky, bustling London to find her. But Chompa will discover far more treachery than she ever bargained for. This is another one. I didn't know anything about it, but the lady at Waterstones said I would love it because I love historical fiction. And this was half price, so this was £3.98. Then my full price book, and a book that I wanted to get in hardback, and this is actually inspiring by another book that I bought, and this is The House of Fortune, which is basically the second sort of is connected to the miniaturist. I don't know how much of a sequel it really is because there are different characters. So this was my full price one. This was £9.99, and this is set in 1705. Thea Brand is about to turn 18, and at the theatre of Amsterdam's Golden City Centre, she's met the love of her life. At home, the Brandt family faces ruin, and Thea's aunt Nella is convinced that the only solution is to find Thea a wealthy husband amongst the city's elite. As Thea and Nella clash over their demands of the duty and heart, past secrets begin to overwhelm the present. This, I was thinking about getting it in a full part in hardback. Jesse Burton is one of Charlie from Charles Heathcote's favourite authors, and I wanted to buy it for him. And it's got that thing where it's the spray dodgy thing, and it's a really pretty book. Considering it's like paperback, it's actually gorgeous, so that was well worth it. Then a book I bought in a supermarket because I was decided that this was a book. I went to Chris, I went, I need this. I've had really mixed reviews on this because I read Us Three by Ruth Jones a year or two ago and loved it. I read Never Greener and didn't love that as much. And this one apparently has had rave reviews all over BookTube, and this has actually been really popular. Grace is about to turn 90 and doesn't want parties or presents or fuss. She wants a quiet celebration with her daily swim in the sea and a cup of tea with her granddaughter Ellen and great-granddaughter Becca. More than anything, she wants to heal the family rift that's breaking hearts for decades. To do that, she must find her daughter Alice, the only person who can put things right. But 30 years is a long time. This apparently will break my heart, but I think this was £6, so it wasn't too bad from a supermarket. Those supermarket books have gone up. I swear they used to be like £4.50. Then when I went to Waterstones in Wokingham, I've got some points. I've got points I can actually use to spend some money off. I bought I think it was like 3 for £6, and I've not done them in order. The first one is The Key to My Heart by Leah Lewis. Again, I loved one of her books, I can't remember which one, and I thought I was going to get this full price actually, but this looks really good. This is, can you ever move on from the love of your life? Some people spend their whole lives trying to find the one, but Natalie has found him and married him. Then Russ died. 2 years ago, her whole world was shattered. Still now, she feels that she's trying to piece her broken heart back together, and she finds a sheet of music. So, for the first time, Natalie realises life does still hold a little magic, and every note she plays will feel like she's unlocking another fragment of her heart. So that looks really good. So that was in the 3 for £6. I'll tell you that one in a minute actually. Another two that are in the 3 for £6 is Infamous by Lex Croucher. So I've got 2 books by the same author, but apparently this is the sequel to Reputation by Lex Croucher, so I need to buy that as well. And this is a Regency romance. I'm saving this for Jane Austen July next year because it looks perfect for that. This is 22-year-old aspiring writer Edith Eddie Miller and her best friend Rose have always done everything together: climbing trees, throwing grapes, and sneaking bottles of wine, practicing kissing. But now that they're out in society, Rose is suddenly talking about marriage, and Eddie is horrified. When Eddie meets the charming, renowned poet and rival to Lord Byron, Nash Nicholson, he invites her to a crumbling Gothic estate in the countryside. Oh, it does look good. Looks good. And then the other one I bought purely because it had a cat on it. The Cozy Cat Society, perfect cure for lonely human hearts waiting. I didn't need to know any more than that. It's not got the best reviews on BookTube, on Goodreads, but I thought it looks good. An uplifting, feel-good read that will bring joy to your heart. 5 strangers meet at a cat sanctuary after each facing difficulties in their lives. I don't want to read any more than that. It's apparently for fans of Mike Gale and Kay Pooley, and I'm big fans of them, so that was great. So that's 3 for £6. And then for £2, this was on offer. You would have seen this in my autumn books, or no, you're going to see this in my autumn books. Forgot about that. Filmed it things in odd orders. And this is Ex-Hex, so it's a sort of gothic-y romance. You broke my heart, Reese Penhallow, and We Will Curse You. It's a witchy romance. I will tell you more about this in the October book, so I'm not going to say any more than that, but it's a gothic-y, like a bit spooky kind of romancy things about hexes and things like that. So that was £2. So all of that together, so that is £8. So me and my maths, let's see if I can work this out. That was 8, 6 is 14. Excuse me. 14 had 4, 18, 18 had 10, 28, 28, I think that was about another 10. So about £30 on full price books. And I would have spent a lot less than this. So now to the charity shop books. most of these are roughly £1. Okay, so I don't know if any of them. So I think, yeah, I am going to add it up. I don't know why I just added it up, but I will add it up at the end. Anyway, this first one is a non-fiction. I Am Malala. Again, I really wanted to read this. I want to know a bit more about different areas around the country. I want to be a bit more diverse. And this is set in This is set about basically when the Taliban took control of Swat Valley. One girl fought for her rights of education. And on Tuesday, the 9th of October 2012, she almost paid the ultimate price when she was shot in the head at point blank range. This is Malala's story. It's got pictures. It is very hard hitting, apparently. Not too long. It's less than 300 pages, but it's one I really want to read for education. And I'm going to have to press pause, and I'll come back to you in a minute. I'm back. This is how I now have to be put together on YouTube Studios and on the thingy, on my Doodah iPhone thingy, and try and put it together. So now, like I said, I'll carry on with the charity shop books. This next one was £1. It's The Year of Taking Chances by Lucy Diamond. It's a lovely contemporary, and it's about Year of Taking Chances. We've got Gemma and Spencer Bailey are throwing a house party. Also at the party is Caitlin, who's returned to the village to pack up her much missed mum's house and figure out. And you've also got Saffron, a PR executive who's keeping a secret that no amount of spin can change. The three women bond over Gemma's dodgy cocktails and fortune cookies. About the year. It's a cozy romance. Might be a good one to start in January. I think I might save this for January. That was only £1. Another one which I believe was £1. I can't think I've written this down. Under a Greek Moon. And where did I find it? I'm getting really useless at this, and otherwise this is going to be ridiculous. Yeah, £1. This one, again, we saw in Baz Books where I work, and this is about, this one I might save for next summer, because I've read a lot of books set in Greece. And this is an A-list Shauna Jackson has the perfect life, fame, fortune and marriage, or so it seems. Running from a scandal, she flees to the place that changed her life 20 years ago. The idyllic Greek island of Ithos. I've not read any set in Ithos, so that might be quite good. Looks interesting. If you want to know more about these books, by the way, let me know. I loved one of Jane Fallon's books, and this is her most recent one. This is The Worst Idea Ever. I can't remember the other one I've read of hers, but I read it and I really enjoyed it. I got sent one by Tandem, I believe. But this is when Lydia starts an online business. Her closest friend, Georgie, wants help. So she sets up a fake Twitter account as a pose for a potential customer. Then Lydia begins to confide in her online buddy. Georgia knows she must confess the truth, but she can't help herself until Lydia reveals a secret that may end up their friendship and threaten George's marriage. This looks really good. That was only £1. Worst Idea Ever. Where is that? I think it was £1. One I bought in Woking, The Forgotten Sister by Nicola Cornick. This is set half in Tudor times, around about, the first Elizabethan times actually, and it's connected to Robert Dudley, who was the man that was very elusive with Elizabeth I. And then you've got a present day with Lizzie Kingdom, who's forced to withdraw from the public eye after a blaze of scandal. And this is like the past and future. Looks really good. Anything connected to Tudor times does look really good. That was The Forgotten Sister. Did I write down how much that was? Forgotten Sister, £1.50 that was. The Secrets of Rochester Place I got in Windsor, and I think that was like about £1 or £1.50. And this is set half in the spring of 1937, and it's about the war. It's set in wartime. Teresa is evacuated to London in the wake of the Guernica bombing. She thinks she's found safety in the soothing arms of Mary Davison and the lofty halls of Rochester Place, but trouble seems to pursue her wherever she goes. And then you've got a modern day timeline in the autumn of 2020, and Corinne, an emergency dispatcher, receives a distressed call from a woman called Mary. But when the ambulance arrives at the address she gave, Mary is nowhere to be found. Intrigued and concerned, Corinne investigates and disturbs secrets that have long dwelt in Rochester Place's crumbling walls. That was really good. Then this one I just purely bought because it does look very different, and this is Before and Again, £1 at Baz Books. And this was Forced to Start Again. She moved, Mackenzie Cooper took her eyes off the road for just one moment, but a resulting collision was enough to rob her of the life she knew. I don't want to know anymore. You know I got hit by a car. I fancy knowing a bit more about this. This could be interesting, this could be distressing. Don't know when I'm going to read it, but it was £1. The next one was a book I bought because it's like another book in this series, the Hedgehog Hollow series. I've got the second and I need the first. And this is about, set in Hedgehog Hollow series, is a tonic, apparently. And it's always Samantha's dream to run her rescue centre at Hedgehog Hollow full time. But just as her wish comes true, she finds herself with a whole house of problems, with a whole host of guests, all with their own problems and secrets, looking for her for support. So it's good. Don't want any more than that. Family Secrets at Hedgehog Hollow. Did I write down how much that was? No, I didn't. I think that was about £1. And then this was all over BookTube a few years ago. It's Sally Rooney's latest book, and I nearly bought it in hardback last year, but I got told to wait for it to be in paperback, so I did. Beautiful World, Where Are You? Again, I've been really mixed with this author's work, so I don't know how I'm going to be with it. And this is about Alice the novelist who meets Felix, who works in a warehouse, and asks him if he'd like to travel to Rome with her. In Dublin, her best friend Eileen is getting over a breakup and slips back into flirting with Simon, a man she's known since childhood. They're all young, life is catching up with them. I don't want any more than that. I've been really mixed with her book, so I wanted to read this, but I was a bit scared, so we'll see how that goes. And now to some of the bargains. I've got The Miniaturist, because obviously I've read this before, so it is a book that should go on my shelf as read, but I want to reread it, so I want it to count on my TBR, because I read it ages ago, but because I've got obviously the new book, The House of Fortune, I want to read this before I read The House of Fortune, so I wanted my own copy. Everyone knows about The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. It was set in 1686. I really enjoyed this book. It's set in Amsterdam. I don't want to say any more than that. It's a brilliant book when I first read it. I'm hoping I'll like it. Then to a book that Charlie laughed at me for buying. It's In the Time We Lost. It's by Carrie Hope Fletcher. Oh my god, this was funny. This was £1. I purely bought it because it's pink and it looks stunning. Not a very good reason to buy a book. Luna Lark used to love her name, but that was before people started saying it differently. I'm so sorry, Luna. Are you alright, Luna? Everything will be okay, Luna? Luna doesn't want pity. What she wants is a fresh start. And then she goes on to Scotland and she realises things about a new town. But yeah, I get that. As a person with chronic pain, you either a lot of people pity me, and I hate that, but what people want is understanding. And yeah, I can get that. I really do. But yeah, I like the look of this. It does look fun. Then I bought Rooftoppers in Windsor, and I think it was £1 by Catherine Rundell. I've read one other Catherine Rundell book and I really enjoyed it, and I think Jack was the one that said that she'd read Rooftoppers and loved it. Everyone tells Sophie that she was orphaned in a shipwreck, but Sophie's convinced her mother also survived. When no one believes her, Sophie sets out to prove them wrong. On the run from authorities, Sophie finds Matteo, a boy who walks tightropes and lives in the sky. In a race across the rooftops of Paris, will they be able to find her mother before it's too late? This looks fun. Now, the next ones are real bargains, so I have to shout them out. I'm really excited. The first one is the Last Firefox, and that's by Lee Newberry. I would have spoken about this in my gratitude journal, I think. And it's stunning sprayed edges. Charlie from Charles Heathcote loved this book, and I nearly bought it full price in Waterstones ages ago. You need to be brave for yourself before you can be brave for other people. It's about bullies and things like that. It's a middle grade book. It's got a bit of fantasy in it. It looks really good fun, and it was only 80p. What more do I want? Then a book I read, The Last Hours, I think last year or the year before that, and I read it I didn't keep it, which I'm annoyed about. And it's Minette Walters' book, The Last Hours, and I really enjoyed it. And I say enjoyed it, it's very, very dark, and this is the sequel, and I should have kept The Last Hours because I paid full price for it, but now I'm going to have to get it again if I like this. If I do that, if I like the sequel, I say now then go back and buy the prequel. That's me being me. As the Black Death continues its devastating course across England, the quarantined people of Devonish have no way of knowing who else survived, and with their dwindling stores they soon have no choice but to leave their relatives' safety. What awaits them on the desolate wasteland outside. This was £1. How freaking good was that? Then the next two books are new out, and I got them in charity shops. The first one was The Summer Wedding. I got this in Baz Books. I nearly paid full whack for this because it's Sarah Morgan's latest summer book. As to whether I read it this summer or next, I don't know. But I nearly paid full price for it, and then I got it at my shop for £1. A flipping £1! How happy am I? Catherine Swift is marrying the love of her life. Now she needs to convince her daughters she's not making the biggest mistake yet. A family wedding, and it's Catherine Swift, and then there's also bits of her set in Corfu, and then you've got Summer of Secrets. I don't want to know anymore. I paid full price for a book that would normally be for a pair of £1 for a book that was £8.99 full whack. Even in supermarkets, it's like £5 or £6. Then another book, new out, £1 flipping pound for this. Millie Johnson, Together Again. Close the Door in the Heart. This is her newest book out, and again I got this for £1, and it's like £8.99. It's about 3 sisters, Jolene, Marsha and Annie, who have all convened at their family home following the death of their mother. They were born 7 years apart and they're spiritual strangers. Haven't seen each other. 3 sisters, what more do I want? Flipping pound. Then last but not least, and a book I can't put on top of everything because it's heavy. This is The Hero of Olympus, The Blood of Olympus. Heroes of Olympus series, The Blood of Olympus. This is like, I think it was like 5th or 6th in the series, and I bought this for £2. And this is, yeah, Heroes of Olympus series. I think it's like 5th, and I've got the 2nd or the 1st. So I'm looking for that. I'm basically collecting this series to read at some point when I've got the whole series. But hardback, this was actually £2 hardback. Percy Jackson books. What more do I love? So I know that I am going to Butlins, but I think before this video gets released. So I know that I probably will be getting more books around Bognor. I know that I've got the summer with the kids, so I may get, and I'm also going to London with some booktubers in August. So again, I'm guessing August's book haul may be bigger than this, but I thought July's would be massive and it's not, so who knows? I've done quite well, I think. I'm quite happy with this. So, hang on a minute, let me have a look. I'm going to have a look and see how many books I bought in June, because I'm nosy. And I didn't write this in order. So in June I only bought 20 and I have got gifts for. So I have got more than in June, but 28, and there's only 8 more. That's still not bad. I'm happy with that. But let me know, which books of these do you think I should prioritise? Are there ones that you bought that you're excited about? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, ring on my ding-a-ling. And I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.